Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. We are beginning a new week here with Telcoin on a positive note, actually, because you can see here today it's up 10%, but I think at some point actually we're up way ahead of that, maybe something like a 25-26% right about that. We also have got some things in my watch list, as you can see on my right here. It's green vibes left, right and center. I think at this point there is a new wave of optimism just building up in the market. I mean, slowly but surely. But yesterday we were taking a look at the Telcoin price here. We were taking a look at it on a daily time frame as well as the shorter time frames as well. And of course I was posting over there on X that there is an imminent breakout. That was like 21 hours ago. So I woke up this morning and I saw that the price had actually done superb. So as I was mentioning in that video, that we just want to be talking about these things. We want to be literally putting our money where our mouth is. So our trade was actually doing well, and you can see we ripped in something like 200 and something percent. So that was something that is great. So the question now becomes, what are we going to be doing next year for the Telcoin price? So I basically think that, just as I was saying yesterday, we are forming, an inverted and shoulder pattern here on lower time frames, like the 4-hourly time frame and stuff like that. But maybe before we even go there, let me go back to the daily time frame and show you that we actually managed to break a trend that we had set ever since like the 15th of February. And you can see here that, okay, this has been a whole downtrend, which was broken yesterday. We had our first daily candle out of that, and the candle that we are having today is even bigger than that. So we are actually hitting two birds with one stone here. Number one is the break of the trend line, which is very important, but also on shorter time frames like the 4-hourly time frame that I've been talking about, we're also seeing that we're breaking the neckline of the inverted shoulder pattern right there. So I think it's all positive. But you know what, before we continue with all this bullish stuff here on Telcoin, I want to kindly ask you to help me support the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Telcoin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're also new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on Telcoin and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. But let's get back into the chart here and try to see what we can expect as price targets in the near future. Obviously, we'll take a quick brief at how the rest of the market is looking and how that can affect the Telcoin price immediate short term. So yeah, I think we've already talked about the inverted and shoulder pattern here. Now, some people are not big fans of just looking at a pattern and stuff like that, but I actually think that there is more to that with this inverted and shoulder pattern, because that is also something that we have seen with coins that have actually done well in recent memory. I'll show you here real fast. This is reserve rights, and take a look at the way it was bottoming out right. Let's go ahead and clear everything up, and we can see that, okay, yeah, when it was also bottoming right here, it was having this inverted and shoulder pattern, and that was back then in August 2024. But should we just go to the coins which have actually pumped recently in these current market conditions? Can we also find some a few examples of something like this happening? And maybe we can take a look at audio, which is the one on the top right there, and we can see that, of course, yes, even that one on its shorter time frames as well is pretty much resembling the inverted and shoulder pattern that we've been talking about. This is obviously a daily time frame. Let me go ahead and show you maybe the 1-hourly time frame, and you can have a clear idea of what exactly I'm talking about right there. So here we go. You've got this shoulder here, another shoulder, and of course the head here. So it has been a pattern. We also have got an example of Casper, and we can see that it was also having a very much clear-cut inverted and shoulder pattern right there, and it has actually managed to break out really well. So should we zoom out right here, you can see that it has actually progressed really well. I think in terms of percentages, from bottom to where it is right now, it's up 60%. So yeah, this is looking like it's the new market structure that we have across the whole board. Now when we come back to Telcoin, I think if we also go down to lower time frames like the 1-hourly time frame, the 4-hourly, we're also seeing pretty much the same thing right there, or inverted and shoulder pattern. And just as you are seeing today, it appears at this point that this is still just a technical backtest, right? So when we're saying it's a technical backtest, what we're expecting is for the price to just dip in right here, collect liquidity, and then obviously pull up towards the upside once again. And yeah, we'll be looking for price targets as high as, at least here for me, I'm looking at points 0066, like the initial price target. But I think that we're going to be challenging the main resistance that we see on the price right around, I'll just go ahead and mention that real fast, that is between 0.0071 and also as high as something like 0.00755. So yeah, this is where the next challenge is going to be for Telcoin, in my humble opinion. And I think it's obviously too early to try and see, is it going to be able to break out of that whole resistance? So we're going to be taking things slowly but surely. At least from a trading perspective, we don't have to go way too far ahead of things, but just take things slowly but surely and make sure that you're winning, right? And you're banking in those profits. But let me just also invite you to our trading group, which you can join via Patreon. And you can see that the trade that we were taking last week here was the biggest hit, 427%. Then we also had some trades like 192% on Pi Network, Then we had this one here, 97%, another one 130 something percent, 210%, 74%, 216% and stuff like that. Yeah, this is where our biggest hits of the week, and I think that we actually outperformed the market last week. So we'll see how the whole thing plays out this week. We have already begun trading this week, and our first trade was this Telcoin price, and it's looking safe right at this point. So I mean, best of luck for us. I think we've actually started the week on a positive note. Now, I mean, Telcoin is not existing in a bubble, it's not isolated, right? We also have got other market dynamics at play. So we're taking a look at the Bitcoin price here, which usually dictates how the market is going to be behaving, and it's looking okay, it's looking decent, to be honest with you. Just as I've been saying, I mean, at the beginning of the video, that we have a new tide. I mean, maybe it's small, but still we've got a little bit of optimism coming back into the market. So what we are seeing here with Bitcoin is that we have managed to break the downtrend also that we had set back in January. And what we can see here is that, that thing has been broken, and at least for now it's looking like it's confirmed, and the Bitcoin price is looking to push even way higher. If we also take a look at things like the EMA ribbons and stuff like that, they're also looking pretty much okay right now. We're trading above them. So what we want to see is to see this whole thing flip, right? And it means that we're now in a bullish territory, at least for a limited time, because we don't know if this thing is going to get into a new all-time high once again, or maybe it's just going to have a dead cat bounce and then it's down once again. So just as I said with Telcoin, we are taking things slowly but surely and making sure that we are winning in all scenarios. If the price is going to go towards the downside, we have to take our trades according to that way. If the trade is saying that we should be pushing towards the upside, we do exactly that. So, I mean, from an RSI standpoint as well, we're also taking a look at it and saying, okay, this is looking like the chart is looking to build momentum right there. So, Bitcoin is not looking bad at all. And you know what that means, right? If BTC is not looking bad, I mean, chances are that Telcoin is actually going to be doing even better than BTC. So yeah, I think this is where we are right at this point. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye bye.